Welcome to another edition of Smart Chat here on YouTube.com. And Velvet Sky announces her retirement, going back to school. Drop dead gorgeous, without a doubt. She did have an aurora around her that definitely made people notice her without a doubt. Her and Angelina Love were spectacular in their early run of The Beautiful People. It's kind of a shame that Velvet could never really get some real in-depth training. Sky, I think, would have been the limit for her with those looks, that charisma, and that real ring ability. It's a shame that NXT wasn't available in her era. Listen, when you look at her, even like, let's say, a Tori Wilson, for example, if they just got even slight bit of real in-depth training, they could have been wrestling, superstars like Trish, Lita, Gail Kim. I'm not saying that they're bad either, because they were nowhere near bad, but they never really got the chance to reach the highest potential. It makes you kind of think about, what could have been, perhaps. Now, I think, if I remember correctly, the rumor going around is that they didn't want to bring in, let's say, speaking of The Beautiful People, that they didn't want to bring in Angelina Love because even though she had like talent, and Beautiful People for that matter, especially Angelina Love, because of her tattoos. Love was always considered to be the better worker of the two. Came back to Impact. She was like heavily tattooed. Like really heavily tattooed, which I think maybe in the WWE's eyes devalued her own value. I remember back then hearing about Love not being able to get into WWE because of the tattoos, and honestly, I agree on WWE with that, because Love's tattoos, honestly, they look terrible. They do look terrible. And I think the knock on Velvet Sky was always her in-ring ability. As far as the tattoo issue goes, they only really started to become massively allowable recently. I think I remember, the story goes, I heard that The Rock had to get permission from WWE before getting his shoulder and arm tattoo back in the day. Now it's more accepted, but it was just a different era back then, 10 years ago. But congratulations to Velvet Sky on her retirement, her career, and going back to school. Hope all is well. Look forward to speaking to you soon.